this button right here. In the interim, what's happened is that the agent has filed a couple of more appointment of agent forms and some affidavits, I believe. And so there's a request from the agent associated with one account, and Val's going to give you that account number to be read in succession with two other accounts because they're all related, and it's his request to do so. Also, what's the other thing that he asked? Also, one of the other things that he needs is, or he wanted, was that one of these accounts was represented by another agent, and now he's done it. Now he's submitted that he's the agent. And so it was going to be scheduled for the 20th. Now it's going to be scheduled for today. And I agree that it can be added to the docket if you agree that it can be added to the docket. It's relevant to those three accounts that I just mentioned. So.
Sure.
How many does that give us total this afternoon?
I don't know the answer to that, but Val may.
I don't know at this point. It's
I've been suckered into this
withdrawn
before too.
4 more accounts. So
I don't know what we do here.
I'm just noticing. This, no, that's 3, 4, 5. That one's correct. So, yes, we would need, I guess, a motion to go ahead and hear that account.
Yeah, will
today.
you? I agree to hear that one account today. I need y'all to make a motion on that.
Yeah, my only question was, have we filled up the afternoon and overflowing again?
It's adding one account. So
Let's see.
We're not gonna answer the question, are you?
He's
So
looking.
I'm looking.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
looking
take off 4 accounts.
I'm looking
1, 2,
right now.
Well, and in fact, I have it printed front and back, so I didn't print it out, but it was 14 accounts
Okay.
that could be heard this afternoon, but he's withdrawn 4, so that's down to 10.
And then adding one.
So I think it's 11.
11, all right.
That is my best guess.
Do we add to one?
Only 4 more. We got to do eventually.
Up 20
Oh, by the way,
gallons.
only 4 more.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It's a big ask, but you got to make it work for it.
Motion to hear this additional.
Do you want to do the application or?
Yeah.
Move that here.
I don't have it printed out, but it's
Go
on
and fix it,
the
fill it, so.
tablet.
Okay.
This is easier.
All in favor?
Aye. Hopefully it'll be frozen. That's hot here.
It is. I'm with you. I'm hot now. And I was freezing when I left here.
That's okay, give it
I think
Kathy's
it's
like, I'm fine. I got my sweater on.
just fine.
Yeah, I'm not adjusting anything yet. So you either have to take clothes off or put them on. I'm not adjusting anything.
So it's the same as it was.
It's colder than it is the rest of the building.
But you haven't changed anything. You didn't change anything since lunch.
The only thing that's different is that door remains closed and it's forcing cold air in here. And it's forcing cold air up there, but you have less insulation and you have more openness because they ripped out walls.
No, he means you haven't adjusted the temperature any since lunchtime, right?
I mean, we had a meeting in here earlier today.
Yeah.
Now it's hot.
The door was
Doors
open.
Door
are
open.
Yeah,
While we were
That
alone,
makes
the door was open
That
and
makes sense.
neutralized.
That's.
and no, I'm not adjusting.
No.
Okay, the first account then, or case, will be 1997.
Okay.
That was on the 10 o'clock docket. Name of Eisner. And this one's a little different in that the protest form is an individual, it's not part of that spreadsheet that was sent. So the protest form is separate and in that account.
1997, is that what you?
Yes, that's the case
Can
number.
you do your-
So you're saying we have to swear in?
No.
You do your-
Oh.
No, I'm just saying the
Like
Oh,
protest form.
nuts.
The
What was
only
my
one we'll have to swear in for is the one that we just had.
I think you
Right.
had it said.
Because it's not part of the.
Oh, I hope so. Let's see.
Oh, well, that's a good
Close it.
one.
The computer's been
That was a
logging me
different
off.
disclosure.
You know what I mean?
32689
Can't do
is
that
what we're
right now.
starting with.
No, it's been logging me completely out of
Okay,
the
that's
old
fine.
computer.
Are we ready?
Yes, sir. Carry on.
Jackie?
Just 1 second. I had to get out of another pictometry.
1997.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Is the cover on that thing?
We're ready. Go ahead.
Ready? Okay, opening hearing
Oh,
on
no, we're good.
case number 1997, account 32689. Okay,
Under
Yes.
protest here is Q1,
you're on.
Q2, and exemption was denied, modified, or canceled.
This was already started before.
Okay.
It's 32689 Fred L. Meissner, the third.
Yes, sir.
719 North Kagon Street, Rockport, Texas 7382. Subject property is the same address, 719 Kagon Street, Smith and Wood, block 54, lot 7 and 8. Only thing selected is values unequal when compared to the other properties. Evidence included is listed in one packet. It says on the basis of unequal appraisal in accordance with Texas State Property Code 4236(3). We found 8 that are similarly situated, the same general kind of character, and suggest the property is overappraised. Thus, we recommend a value of $107,431. Please turn your attention to the uniform and equal section of the appeal summary in our packet. Most respectfully, property tax assessor. Says they do not intend to appear at the hearing, signed and notarized in Bear County.
So which one takes precedence?
Roll up a little bit, Jackie, we'll go back to the.
Sorry.
Those are notice value 171 and they're
That's a good
requesting what?
Hang on a second, Amy.
Go ahead.
We have an older affidavit in our protest form. It was received June 1,
Okay.
2021.
Uh-huh.
We've got Q1, Q2, and where exemption was denied, modified, or canceled, checked.
Is it notarized?
Yes.
Wait,
No,
no,
wait,
no,
no,
it's not. Not noted. Okay, so that one. Okay.
Nope.
Put Q2 on.
Sorry.
No, it's good. We can check. So in their property description, it shows our notice value of 171,000. Look at their one uniform section. Right there. All right, so we've got comps. Subjects on Gagon. This is on Cedar, Linden, and Terry Gagon Church. Yeah. All right. And they're at, in aggregate, $105 a foot. And the comps average out to $682 a foot. And so that's where they get their value of 107 from. The detail, it's going to be 171, they're saying 107. There's the subject, there's the comps. It's in the donut. Right behind us. Right behind us. All right, it's 32689. Last sale price was 2018 for $120,250. That was the year after the hurricane. Would not be surprised if that had damage at the time of sale. Let's see if there's any evidence of that. It was offered a settlement at 150. Right. Let's keep going. See what we got. 171. There's the property. It's a 3 pH. That's asbestos siding. I don't actually know what the P stands for, but it's typically asbestos tile. Right behind the city service center. Okay, and the comp sales grid. Here we go. We've got a 4-class home on hand, purchased this year for $210. Adjusted, $185.
Oh, equity only.
We're doing equity.
Yeah, it's equity only. Right. All right, so we got the, oh, I see. Okay, so this grid is gonna show that our market value is 150, but it's because there's a standing offer. In order to make that offer, you have to distribute the value, so it can print out a little notice. But our market value is on 171. So what this is showing you is the median equity value, 150. Our market value is 171. So on an equity basis, warrants an adjustment to 150. Hence why it was offered. All right, keep going. What else is in here?
So this is not right.
Well, yeah, that the market value thing. Go to the accounting page.
Median equity value working off of 150 is correct.
It's not working off of 150 because that's only calculating based off of. Go back. Based off of this data, this is really the only data point over here that's being ignored completely. Because the whole point is to create this out of this stuff compared to this thing. So this could be anything because we're trying to find out, okay, if the subject was being appraised like this one, what would it be? The answer is 200.
So the program doesn't use the market value of the subject.
Correct.
Great.
Correct.
All right.
It is as irrelevant as the market value on sales because they're using the sale number instead of our number. It's just not, the whole point is to not look at it. But so if that still set our notice value of 171, it would still say 150.
Okay.
And that's why it was offered.
You offered them 150 even.
Yeah, it's rounded down. 150 to 10.
I still can't think right now. What? Okay, so like on comp one, you have Renee 1144 and 4,050 that it had.
Yes.
Now, how does it know upon which base is it calculating to create 4050?
It is, there's hundreds to thousands of different matrices built into the software based on Marshall Swift data. The reason it's getting an adjustment is because the comp one is an FB. Subject is a 3pH. So it ends up being on the square footage table, a different price per square foot. Essentially,
Tell me what pH is.
asbestos. It's that really hard stuff.
Oh, God.
It was pretty common around here in like the
Yeah.
1950s and 60s. And it holds up really well. It's just very hard to work with, and when it breaks, it breaks.
And they don't make it.
And they don't make it like that. So FB is more common. People prefer the FB stuff. Concrete fiber.
Okay, let's go ahead and do sit.
There's one.
So what would the effective year?
Another
change?
old
Bring it up 1998.
building is a brick building,
It's still got funky little siding.
or like concrete cinder block. NBL is like block
You know what I'm
construction.
saying?
Yeah.
It says 1998. What's the year built? It was 1984.
Okay. I move on case ID 2021-1997, considering Q2, there's a ratio exceeding the median level appraisal equity value. Do we lower the 2021 appraised value from 171,780 to 150,000 based on the top equity grid and the present districts.
All in favor?
Aye.
Case closed.
I was like, oh, where are we going now?
Next case is 16480, and I'm pulling in the evidence right now into your tablet. What case is that? That is another prop number. Let's see.
It's 1982.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Back to the future.
Here it is. Bottom of page 6.
Yeah, it just popped up.
Q2. Perch.
Okay. Opening a hearing on case number 1982, account 16480.
Right. It's Todd L. Allen LLC, 2006 East Cesar Chavez Street, Austin, Texas, 78702. Subject property is 115 Birch Lane, Coconut Code, Unit 11, Lot 8. You selected incorrect appraised market value, values are not compared to the properties. Evidence is one packet. On the basis of market, there are 3 comparable properties sold in the first year of 2020 that suggest the properties are appraised. Based on these comps, we recommend a value of $232,005. Please turn your attention to the market sales section of the appeal summary in our packet. Secondly, in accordance with Texas State Property Code 42.363, on the basis of unequal appraisal, we found 5 that are similarly situated that are the same general kind of character that suggest the property is overappraised. Thus, we recommend a value of $240,752. Please turn your attention to the equal and uniform section of the appeal summary in our packet. Most respectfully, property tax consultant. Section 6 says they don't intend to appear, you sign and notarize the character. Property card, you notice this property at 295-660. Single family waterfront property. Their number is 232. All right, equal uniform has comps on Perch, Coconut Cove, Perch, and Perch. Their prices per square foot. The subject is in aggregate 112 per square foot, and the average here being 84.40. Adjustments. Oh, properties. Market sales was that. Subjects 115 Perch. The sales they're using are 94 Coconut Ridge, 115 Bufflehead, and 102 Ball Street. The improvement sale price, when you take sale price and you subtract the land, our land value off of it, you end up with $52 a foot, $80.40 a foot, and $88.25 a foot.
I can see the picture.
the giving a value of 232. That's where the 232 comes from. So it's the same adjustment metric that they use for the other stuff. There is a time, it says there's a time adjustment. Are they even applying that? Time adjustment's 1% per month after 1 year. We haven't measured the time adjustment in this county yet. Might be coming.
That would be time since the sale?
Yeah, it's something that you have to do when prices change within your appraisal cycle. Or when you're doing a fee appraisal, if the market is moving so fast, your comps are gonna be like, okay, this sold in August,
Stale
but if
after
it is
6
sold in
months.
January, it would have been even more, or even less, or whatever, because the market is declining or accelerating. So, 164. Last sale price was $324. This thing was bought for in 2017. Got a neighborhood adjustment. So this property wasn't worked especially with a neighborhood adjustment. It took its value from 240 to 295. All right, keep going. There's it.
It's not the whole thing, it's just the doghouse or she shed or something.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like the attached portion of it is probably fine after the storm, didn't get re-rolled the roof. The rest of it's been pretty worked on. Built in 2000. Effective age 2000. Oh, I saw a note saying the I will point out that the subject sold for over 300 3-4 years ago. So the comps, more recent comps, 111 Pintail, 5 FB Plus, built in 1994, sold for 275. Just to be like the subject, it's 263, 668.
So 2 MA right across the street.
It has 2 MAs because they're
2 buildings.
yeah. Right, they're attached. One of them's ground level.
Yeah.
And 115 Ball Street is actually, oh, this is great. Go to their evidence packet. And go, there you go, perfect. That's great. Okay, so the sale price of 102 Ball Street is $325,775. You just take the square footage and you have the adjustments they're doing. It says, okay, well, if it was to sell like 102 Ball Street, it would be 247. This one sold for 325, so the subject is $70,000 less house. So let's go back to our evidence. Crap, it's not the same Ball Street, is it? Dang it, I thought it was the same one. Oh yeah, see if we have the same one. We don't. Okay, I thought I was going to be able to show you exactly how our stuff is different. Crap. Okay, whatever. It's a different Ball Street house. Oh, I had a tiger by the tail. All right, so 143 Lakeshore Drive. 51660 is the sale price. That was noticed at 376. Since subject were to sell like this, it'd be 433. This house has been pretty updated. Median value is 301, and this is just what we're seeing. It's harder and harder to get anything on the water for less than 300. The equity grid shows other properties in this neighborhood. See how we're appraising them. When adjusting the subject, the median is 311, 312. Let's keep going, see what else is in this evidence packet, just in case. What do we have here? We're at 99.6. Code no code.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion on case ID 2021-1982. account number 16480. Considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value and Q2 appraisal ratio exceeds the median level of appraisal or equity value, I move that we leave the 2021 assessed value of $295,660.
All in favor?
Aye.
Did y'all complete?
Yes.
Okay, next case is 1983. It's on the 8:30 docket.
The number of it?
On the first page.
1983.
On the
Case.
first page.
And the resources.
Rand Resources LLC, 8620 North New Braunfels Avenue, 416 San Antonio, Texas, 78217. This property is 556 Coconut Cove Road, Coconut Cove, 13 lot 1. Reasons for protest are unequal with other properties. Evidence is listed in one packet. It says on the basis of unequal appraisal in accordance with Texas State Property Code 42363, we found 5 that are similarly situated that are the same general kind of character that suggests the property is overappraised. Thus, we recommend a value of $276,765. Please turn your attention to uniform and equal section of the appeal summary in our packet. Most respectfully, property tax consultant. Section 6 says they don't intend to appear in person and sign and notarize in Bear County. They're noticed at 384. And so their requested value is like 276, I think is what they said. No restatement, it's like 276. So here's their equal uniform. On Coconut Road, Island Road, and 3 on Rattlesnake Point Road. The subject is in aggregate 5818 improvement value per square foot, and the median is 2204 per square foot. Oh. Adjustment there. Like a distance adjustment.
What did you say?
There's a distance adjustment. What I was wondering was, I was looking at these and I'm seeing 18, 22, 24, 26, 59. It says their median's 22. That doesn't hit me as being the median. It's because it's this thing and it's adjusted. They're doing a distance adjustment. I don't know what distance from what.
Nearest fire hydrant.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just
From the subject, I guess, but I don't know if being how far away you are from 533 Coconut Cove Road affects your property value. I don't know. Maybe it's the place to be.
You know,
All right. So this is the subject. It's at the entrance of the inlet from water there. Okay. No, I think that wasn't oriented north up either. It's actually just back way up.
It's not, it's oriented.
It's okay. Just keep going until you get the orthogonal view, it's fine.
What?
That's on Coke.
Just keep backing out. The Rattlesnake Point Road's going like this.
Peninsula.
That's Coconut Ridge up here. You're looking kind of east up.
Well, here, I'll turn it.
So
Hold on
this
just
is-
a
yeah.
second.
This is Rattlesnake Point Road coming this way,
There you go.
and this is Coconut Cove coming here. You wrap around. That's the space between Coconut Ridge and Coconut Cove right there. Salt Lake's over here.
Well, what's
This is Coconut Lake.
the body of water that has two property IDs?
Or yeah, that's what I mean. It's
What
like,
is that called?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I think that at one point in time, this was either dry land that had a whole bunch of dirt removed, or it was a couple of like holding tanks for cattle. It was like, it wouldn't be really too big. If there's a holding tank that big, that'd be pretty normal to be kind of drought resistant. But either way, I don't think that this is historically present. I think that that used to be. This has always been water.
He's planted, trying to sell properties around that water, whatever it is. Nothing's in
Well, I mean, if you motor over here, go this way, son. This is the property I was talking about earlier that had this, like, this land is private property under navigable waterway. Is a home. It's stuck a home right in the middle of Salt Lake. You gotta walk across this like sandbar type thing.
I don't remember that.
Yep, there's a house right
Been there
there.
for years.
That's Salt Lake. Yep.
Yes. Big trail to get up to the house.
So anyways, the subject is
You can drive up to that.
at the end of the road on the bayfront. All right.
Years ago.
All right. All right, this was purchased in 2015 for $385,000. Got a neighborhood adjustment for 2021. Last year's market value was $354,290. This year it was noticed at $384,570. What was the sale? Okay, we're at a couple $100 under their purchase price 6 years ago. Great. So that tells me that we're realistically probably low on this house. It is a PH house as well, really. Big PH house. It's a 3. It's just kind of a rectangle. I don't know if that should be 3. But it is. There it is. Since 1985. This thing has a lot of depreciation on it. This is an old building. And imagine it hasn't changed hands too much. The comps are on Lakeview and Rattlesnake Point Road, and what's that? Pintail and Buffalo Head. So, oh, and Lamar, Pintail, great. The median for that is 392, 819.
I think the only Q2 is under protest here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot. All right. Based on equity, here's our equity comps that are in the area, Canvas Back, Lake Shore. Median value is 387, 899. And then this is our sales ratio report for this region. 99.6%.
Okay. I'll make a motion on case 2021-1983, account number 16509. Considering Q2 appraisal ratio exceeds median level of appraisal, equity value, I move that we keep the 2021 appraised value at $384,570.
Second. All in favor?
Okay, your next case is 1988 on the 830 document.
It's 33 where it
No.
has that
Is
transaction.
that a
You sent in that transaction statement.
Well, for the other. So we talked to the board about it. Okay.
All right.
Opening a hearing on case ID number 1988, account 25074.
All right, it's WFI Interest LLC, 8106, Nuffy, Newfi. How are we gonna say that? Nuffy? Newfi Ridge, San Antonio, Texas, 78209. This is at 5 Bimini Drive, Key Lake Road, Unit 4, Block 15, Lot 3. Reasons for protest are 1 and 2, incorrect appraised market value and value unequal compared to other properties. Evidence is described as one packet. It says on the basis of market, there are 5 comparable properties sold in the first year of 2020 that suggest the property is overappraised. Based on these comps, the recommended value of $530,489. Please turn your attention to the market sales section of the appeal summary in our packet. Secondly, in accordance with Texas State Property Code 2040-36, on the basis of unequal appraisal, we found that 7 are similarly situated that are of the same general kind of character that suggest the property is overappraised. Thus, we recommend the value of $632,798. Please turn your attention to the uniform and equal section of the appeal summary in our packet. And they've selected they do not intend to appear at the hearing in person and sign and notarize with their account. All right, we noticed them at 670. This property. House. And their number is 530. What was it last year?
632.
No, their number was 630.
Okay, so it's like 630, and this year they're at 670. Their number they have is 530. Wait, well, go back to the top about Jackie, what was last year? The first
Yeah.
the
Sales.
632,
He
540.
gave
Go
2
down.
numbers for sales.
I see.
All right, keep going. All right, here's their sale. Or no, this is the equal use offers. We got a place on Bayshore, Bimini, Water, Bayshore, Bahama, and Bayshore. And they've done their adjustments, subjects at $89 a foot for the improvement, and everything else below that. Let's see, what we got. Plus 5SS, they're all 5SS places. So that's where they get their 632 number from. There's the comps, one of them's way back on Nassau, up on Bayshore. This is the market sales. So subject is 5 Bimini, we got 117 Mariner, 208 Land's End, 94 Coconut Ridge, 115 Bufflehead, 242 Starboard. None of them are in Keel. Yeah, if you go down to the next page, you have a map, or 2 pages down, it should have a map. This is their comps. It is waterfront. I mean, it's 8-3. Go back up. Okay, so the indicated value per square foot for the improvements when adjusted is $42.60, giving a value of $530,489. And I think that's going to be it for that we have. Obviously, in rebuttal to that, I'd say there are better comps that are more readily available.
Their computer program pick those comps?
Yes. I've never, I can't prove that, but I've never had a talk with a tax agent like this that gives us evidence like this that has ever picked comps. They don't pick comps, the computer picks the comps. And our software has,
Look at neighborhoods or just these numbers.
usually the software is pretty advanced. Our software can be tuned to pick comps. And you talk to our software people, they're like, yeah, here's how you get it to spit out good comps and stuff. And it's my opinion that I don't ever want to automate comparable properties. It's too much of a human expertise, there's too much nuance, and you end up with gaps where a computer just makes things that look good on paper and make logical sense, but then whenever you look at what you're actually doing, it's crazy. And the computer will just never know. Like you were saying, these may look really good to the computer because the effect of the neighborhood might be the same, and the type of houses might be the same. And they're like, well, they're in the same zip code, and the same whatever, that's all great. But the computer has no context. It doesn't know that like there are much better comps. We just look at Kia Libro with a magnifying glass. And I think it's just because they protest so much. And we look at it like street by street, every little thing. And you look at other neighborhoods like Neptune Harbor, and it's not that tight. We're not looking at it that close. And if they started protesting as much, I think we would. But anyways. Oh yeah, what was on the first page? There was a couple numbers there. Last year it was 650. Oh no, it sold for 654 in 2016. So before the hurricane, 654. Last year was 632. What the note is that?
670.
670. Back to cost settlement statement. Okay, so this thing had previously been settled to their sale price. So they were a low sale even for 2016, it looks like. That makes sense. I'm happy with their purchase. Okay, and let's go to our next things. There it is. All right, our comps are 22 Dual. That is a 5SS Plus. Libro, sold for $740. They're both built in the same year, 1972. We've noticed a few more updates or at least maintenance and stuff on the comp, looks like. But if the subject were to sell like the comp, it would be $792,000. That tracks it. 1895 Bayshore is another 5SS Plus. It sold for $648. Built in 1972 as well. So 73. And one on Mazatlan, 5SS Plus, built in 1977. It's a good deal smaller. Yep. But downstairs about half the size. Upstairs is about 2/3 the size. And looks like it's got some accessories going on. Got to take off the garage under a porch. They've got more outdoor space. The subject is more enclosed. But it sold for $540. So the subject would sell for $685. An 1885 Bayshore sold for $745. Another 1972. Probably the same builder, honestly. Building all these things at the same time. Sold for $750 this year. $745. So the median value is $683, $184. We're at $670. Equity grid is other properties in this area. Our equity value is $711,000. This isn't high for our appraisals. See the other ones we've got. These are 5SS pluses on one on Bimini, and it's 722. The subject is 670. And it's real comparable. 798, 673. It's probably one of the lower value ones of its kind in this area on our books. And, probably worth a little more than that, but it might not be. It might be some deferred maintenance, like we're thinking. Maybe it's just an old one people are just living in, doing stuff. We're at 99.4.
Okay. Make a motion on case ID 2021-1988, account number 25074, considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value or Q2 appraisal ratio exceeds the median level of appraisal. I move that we maintain the 2021 appraised value at $670,630.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. Probably not.
That's like,
Six. That's like that. Only 4 more.
Case 1989 on the 8:30 docket.
I'm supposed to be fat, yeah. Jumbly.
Chumley. Okay, opening a hearing on case number 1989. Account 25219.
This is Chumley Revocable Trust, 300 Cliffside Drive, San Antonio, Texas, 78231. Subject to 63 Blue Heron. Key Labor Unit 5, Block 20, Lot 13. Reasons for protest are incorrect appraised market value, values unequal compared to other properties. Evidence is listed in the packet. On the basis of market, there are 5 comparable properties that sold the pertinent year of 2020 that suggest the property is overappraised. Based on these comps, we recommend a value of $763,448. Please turn your attention to the market sales section of the appeal summary in our packet. Secondly, in accordance with Texas State Property Code 42363 on the basis of unequal appraisal, we found 5 that are similarly situated that are the same general kind of character that suggest the property is overappraised. Thus, we recommend a value of $903,410. Please turn your attention to the uniform equal section of the appeal summary in our packet. We're going to be at 763 based on their sale comps. I do not intend to appear at the hearing in person, and it's signed and notarized in Bear County in Thomas. Here it is. This is a house. We noticed them at $925,270. Last year it was $693. Big change on this one here. Is their number is 763. Their equal and uniform value is 903. Let's look at their equal and uniform. The comps are on Loop 1781, Harbor Drive, Highway 35 North, Harbor Drive, and Bayview Drive. Go 2 pages down, you can see a map where those are. All over. There you go. One's in the city by the sea. That's where their equal and uniform value comes from. The sales they're using are on Mariner, Land's End, Copano Ridge, Bufflehead, and Sandpiper. So they're making their adjustments. They say it should be $46 a foot for the improvement. That gives you your number of $763,000. With a map down there. There's their comps. You have one on Sandpiper. Need it. Maybe feel like we're last sale price. Wow. 11 years ago, $940,000. Land table increase and 110% increase in 2021. Market value last year was $693.90. Very strong sale 10 years ago. There's a recession too. Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. Makes sense. If you ever wonder where your money went in 2010, some of it went there.
This is the beach park to the left.
Best fireworks display. Watching this.
Yeah, that's the beach park and saltwater pool right there.
Over. Okay.
Oh, God. 63 blue heron. Our comps are 3 kingfisher, 11 blue heron, and 12 blue heron, and 38 blue heron. So we've got a bunch of stuff behind it. This is what's selling. This is going to be one of the best situated lots of blue heron, but they're all pretty good. The other ones are, we got a six, this is 6ST, 1979. We got another 6ST, 1982, 851. And then an 11 Blue Heron, the 6ST minus, 1986 build, a little bit newer, but still about the same age at this point, 677 purchase price. And then we got 7ST plus. These are nicer. So the building's a little bit nicer. Let's look at the land values. Land is still inferior to the subject. Sold for 1.1 million, 1.3 million. So our median value is 998,384. So much of the value of this property is in its location, and when it sold in 2010, it's hard to compare location, pristine location. It's not like there's a cost value associated with land. So you just wait till these things sell and you do what you can, but we're going to be underappraised on the most expensive stuff, just because we have to be fair. So equity, we have Bayshore, Blue Heron, and Kingfisher and Spoonbill. These are all 6STs. So we've all got them. It's just on a table. The whole neighborhood got moved this year. That's all that happened. Nobody touched this property. Just some sales happened. Everything was lagging behind, and even in inland sales, we saw it was $1.3 million for stuff. So that's all it is. We're at 970 on that.
Mm-hmm. 5270. I'll make a motion on case ID 2021-1989, account number 25219, considering Q1 incorrect appraisal market value or Q2 appraisal ratio exceeds the median level of appraisal. That we maintain the 2021 appraised value at $925,270.
All in favor? Aye.
Very quiet. Does that mean y'all are done?
We're never done.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and swear in now. This will be case number 1328, and I'm going to give you it won't be on your case listing because this is the one that was added. So this is the sheet that will show it. Here it is.
Thank you.
So when we have to tie with 2 others?
Yes, so this is the one that the agent wanted you to hear first, but it ties in with the 2 that come in succession.
Which are?
Case numbers, well, it's account numbers, I can't remember right now.
Is it the same people?
Yes, it's
So then
all
it's
Harley Trust,
2016,
and then there's one on the
and then
10, I think.
We're gonna hear 1328.
then
Ties together.
2017. So 2016 and 2017 are the 2 that tie.
Thank you, Jack.
And 2017, just for heads up, is on page 10 in the middle.
Okay.
So on this particular account, we're going to have to do an affidavit, well, yes, an affidavit.
And where's the 2017 is the first?
It's on page 10
Okay, thanks.
in the middle.
Ready? We're opening a hearing on case number 2021-1238, account 63763. This hearing is being recorded. Q1, Q2? Q1, Q2. We are the appraisal review board that will be hearing the protest today. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of the protest. Protester has the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to the protester with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material is assumed to have been provided with the affidavit. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with one another, with anyone about the protest and signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Robert Bates, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with a person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Bill Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Aaron Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you shall present. The appraisal review board of the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct. This is count 63763. The Harley Trust, John R. Dumont, 3939 Hollow Road, Corpus Christi, Texas. 7841. 832 Highway 35 South. Medallion Mathis, Block 117, DG in Rockport, LLC, Lot 1. It says it's incorrect appraised market value, values unequal compared to other properties. Evidence listed as being one packet. Please see purchase price, requested value. Is purchase price less 63764 and 63765. Three parcels purchased together, and they're wanting their purchase price. If they don't intend to appear at the hearing, sign and notarize in their county. All right, Chicago Title Insurance. Buyer, seller, disbursement. Buyer is an IPX investment property exchange service. Is an intermediary for John Dumont, trustee of the Harley Trust. Seller was DG in Equities. The purchase price $965. I believe, if this is what I think it is, this is a dollar store.
It is.
Yeah. This is potentially, wow, this is potentially very, very cool. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, earnest money, 1031 proceeds. So this was at 1031. It's got July rent. It's got rent. We've got to ask where our rents come from. This is one of them. Payoffs, title and escrow charges, endorsements, tax escrow, package retail rooms, grading real estate, urban engineering. All right, keep going. Does it contain a description of the property on here? That's unfortunate.
Split it out.
Go back up. Keep going. Okay. Yeah. Can we open the account and look at the deed? Let's see if there's only one deed or if there's one for each person. Right, go to, let's actually look at the deed. Yeah. All right. Lots 1, 2, and 3. Wow. Okay, great. Awesome.
That it?
Cool. So that's their evidence, and we'll go to our evidence and show you where we're at. Okay, 2020 sale price unknown. I know the listing price. I didn't know what the sale price was. The listing price was aggressive. It was a good buy. They were offering it for sale. Keep going. Our market value is $1,022,000, and that thing was for sale for like whatever that was. It was like $960,000, $970,000 is what they were asking for it. So our number was really close to what they were asking. They were selling it pretty cheap. That would have been a good buy to buy at this dollar store, and the rent that it makes, it's making almost $6,000 a month in rent for a very stable business, a growing business. at $930,000. That would have been great. Go back up to the picture.
You want photometry?
Yeah.
No, that's the old one.
That's the old one on 35. Yeah, this is the project housing, the USDA housing.
Okay.
That would have been a really good purchase for this. I live right here. I mean, I come here sometimes. It's really convenient. What is crazy about this purchase is they got this, and that for $930,000. Wow, that's incredible. That is incredible because this is very valuable. You've got commercial frontage. You've got growing neighborhood, big unbroken. I mean, it's big enough to put another apartment complex on. And it's just this untouched land. They got the whole kit. And the listing never said anything about this. The listing was only advertising the sale of this as a commercial investment because there's a lease, an active lease. But apparently, after the fact, they transferred all that. There's your documentation saying they paid under $1 million and we got the whole kit and caboodle. So, yeah, great. I do not mind.
And this is on South Business 35 going towards Cove Market,
Yes.
south of Market.
Now, presuming that the value of the land and the other ones doesn't end up putting us underwater, let's look at the whole thing as a single unit. So let's look at 63765. You should be able to just right click to the next two properties. They're in sequential order. 63, 64, and 65. Let's go to the main page of value. Okay, so we've got 45,000 on the lot in the back, and that's about right. Okay. And we've got 169 on that. That's more than that, but that's okay. So, what is their sale price minus those two numbers? All right, Jack, if you pull up that the thing in their evidence that showed what they gave. 962.5. All right, let's get our land values for the other two. 169.20 is 44.99. All right, that's $748,090. Just call it $748,000.
So we're gonna mark this one down to 748 and consider the other two separately? Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically in effect settling for the purchase price for all three.
Okay.
The other thing it's going to do is, assuming that there's nothing major going on with our land values in this area, we don't have like some overdue land change on that bigger parcel. I don't think that's enough. That's probably more like a $240,000 piece of land. But assuming we don't make any big changes, this will depress the values of variety stores in our county because it was cheap, low purchase.
Now, in terms of the order of things, if we tag this one at 748,000, we're doing it based on purchase price and the values that you put on the other ones.
Correct.
If we now go open hearings on those and find something strange going on and change those values,
Yeah,
we have a problem.
that's true. That is true. I don't know what the solution there is if you can't open all three at the same time. Because I don't know what they're presenting in the others. You know, as far as being worried about being sandbagged in that sense, there's no protection for us in that.
Two questions. One is can you just, if nothing else, put notes in those other two to say, hey, this value is tied up with, yeah.
But yeah, but I kind of noted.
And secondly, do we know whether there are any protests submitted against those other two properties?
There are.
Yeah, they're right
Yeah.
now.
They're the following two that you're fixing to hear.
But you can check
Protesting
the
all-
box. that-
Protesting all three at once, and the agent sends an email, they should all be considered together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you touch check the box.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. If these land pieces all touch, is the box checked?
Probably not, I don't know. We can find out.
Wouldn't that be a solution to the issue?
Well, it'd be protection for the appraisal district if they realize, ooh, it's really.
The fact that you brought a lot together, why does that make them less valuable?
It doesn't, nothing made them less valuable, but he got a heck of
You
a
got a
deal.
good buy.
Not a good deal.
Really good
I
buy.
think that they'll continue this, but they don't necessarily belong to the dollar.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, I would say, if you look at the Picto,
You can do something else.
there's room for residential housing behind it on that $45,000 lot. And it's pretty deep. Doesn't look that deep, but it is. You wouldn't feel like you're at the back of the parking lot of Dollar General. That little flag strip there is pretty useful. There's a sidewalk right there. So if you're, don't want to drive, or if you're, people are drunk or can't drive or whatever their issue is, there's a lot of reasons to go to the dollar store, You can walk there. You don't have to go through the woods. So I feel like this was preserved for the dollar store because it's valuable. And in doing so, they're basically saying, the dollar store never wants this. They never want this. They got what they want. They got plenty of parking. They're done.
But he doesn't operate the dollar store.
No, the real property owner is never the operator.
too.
And the person who's operating it is never the landowner. They keep those things separate. The landowner got this too. And again, these things were not even mentioned in the listing, so.
The fact that you got a good buy on them doesn't necessarily mean it's what you paid for.
That's true, but I agree with that. I think that the land values can be abstracted from land sales rather than this weird arrangement. But it does say something if the guy who's collecting this rent, something's going on. He gave this up for that much money and he threw these in as a bonus. I mean, I don't know, is he,
Needing cash.
this guy, I don't know. Don't know.
You're saying we should value this store, whatever, this property,
Yeah,
$748, as opposed to $1,022,000.
well, okay, I think that it's 748 would get us to the sale price in aggregate for all three, by just setting this 1 to 748. I think that dollar store is worth every penny of the 960.
Yeah.
And the land is like a lanyard. But who gets a lanyard on right here? I don't know. This guy apparently. So our
Whether
current
it's
model
the
says $1.5 million for this dollar store, but it's $950 is what this thing sold for, and that's going to depress values a little bit. We've got one on Market Street that sold for 1.4, and then we got this one that sold for $950, and they threw in the land. So it's, that's why we're at $1 million. There's a range there.
The 1.4, this.
Half. To be honest, if this is 750 and then the other two end up being lower because of some sort of procedural thing, it's not gonna keep me up at night. I'm just glad to have the data.
So from the affidavit of evidence, I'm just a little slow on this. Please see purchase price. Requested value is the purchase price. Less 636,764 and 63765.
The only concern is if we rule on this,
962.5 minus.
Yeah.
value of the other.
That's right.
but if we open up the next hearing,
What value we use for the two properties, take off of them. for 960.
The assumption is that when we open up the next evidence packet, it's gonna say the same thing. The requested value for purchase price. There is a chance that instead it says, based on equal and uniform, this land should be $40,000. That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I think it's a pretty safe deal, even not doing good, because that property is not going to do anything to go up.
Yeah.
And even if it did go up, if we use that same methodology to deflate the other property.
Right.
So we're at a point in time where it's the right time to do this.
Yeah.
So do or don't check the box to equalize them. I guess you have to do that later.
I don't see any value in doing that.
I think their effective size is their actual size. The two vacant land is, they're not contiguous, and the dollar store is not going to ever join them. The dollar store clearly does not want the land behind it or next to it. That's why it was subdivided out.
Okay.
They got what they wanted.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion then on case ID 2021-1328. When considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value and Q2 appraisal ratio exceeds the median level of appraisal or equity value, I move that we lower the 2021 appraised value on this property from $1,022,680 to $748,000.
All in favor?
Aye.
Case closed. Let's, you want to do 216 next, the smaller of the two?
Sure.
Okay. Opening a hearing on case 2021-216, account 63764.
All right, this is 63764. It's Harley Trust, care of John R. Dumont, 3939 Apollo Road, Corpus Christi, Texas, 78413. This is 817 to 827 Young Street, Downey and Mathis, Block 117, DGM Rockport, Lot 2. It says incorrect appraised market value and values unequal when compared to other properties. The evidentiary material such as letters, receipts, etc. in one packet, and statement of fact or argument says requested value $30,000. See closing docs for parcels 63763, 63764, 63765.
Yeah, he was a clever guy.
Don't watch what's going on over here.
It says I do not intend to appear at the hearing and sign and notarize in Bear County. There it is, the same thing, disbursement statement of $962,500 for the whole thing. And yeah, our evidence is going to show. Go to our evidence. We didn't know the sale price, but it did sell with 63763 and 63765. Market value last year was 43,000. We're at 44,990. And I will point out that as of the time of this hearing, the value of the value of 63763 is 748,000 change. So the $30,000 would be inappropriate, and that its value should be what it's noticed at. That gets us exactly to their sale price. What they were in, the intent of the document was. So that's all.
Yeah. Or we can go back and open up the other one again and use these new plan numbers.
Probably watching us and staring at
Yeah,
us
right.
now on YouTube TV. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion then on case ID 2021-2016, account number 63764. When considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value and Q2 appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, that we maintain the 2021 value at $44,900.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, case is closed. Open a hearing on case
These are triple net. These are
2021-3017, account 63765.
I don't have an affidavit for this one. I don't have any evidence for the taxpayer
Perfect.
scanned in the system.
2017?
Page 10.
It's not on page 10.
Middle of page 10.
It's possible we don't have an affidavit. I was having trouble getting the affidavit for one of them. Multiple agents and stuff.
Now, help.
2017.
I can do it.
Do you have an affidavit for this one?
There should be.
63765.
It's not in there. Did y'all hear 63764?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get it in there. It's there.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not my problem.
I got it.
Everybody gather around Scott's tablet.
Yeah,
There you
y'all
go.
look at Scott's and he'll present it. He'll put it up on the board.
I'll hold it, you put the magnifying glass in front of it. Yeah, yeah, there ain't.
It's slapped in there. All right. It's just, yeah, it's just slapped in there. I didn't want it out.
Is that what you put in there?
RV equals 120. Sold with 2 other parcels.
Still sell probably.
Four.
Yeah, always 4 more.
What are we waiting?
They're putting up the evidence for Jackie to do.
Oh, Jackie doesn't have it. We have it. Jackie.
Well, y'all can go. I mean, I'm not. I just won't put it on the board.
Oh, I got what you did.
Cold.
No, it's much more.
I don't like it. It's cold. I mean,
Oh,
I do,
cold.
but it was
cold.
shivering cold. That's fine. I could put it on this.
Okay, it's there.
you have the affidavit now, Jay?
Yes, it's up there.
Oh, okay. Cool. We're good to go. I opened the hearing already.
All right, 63765. So Harley Trust, John R. Dumont, 3939 Apollo Road, Corpus Christi, Texas, 78413. 804 to 816, Highway 35 South, County Mathis, Block 117. DGN Rockport, Lot 3. Incorrect appraised market value and value unequal comparability of properties. Since the evidence is one packet. Requested value 120,000, sold with 2 other parcels. They said they did not intend to appear at the hearing and signed and notarized in Bear County, and that concludes their evidence. Do not include the sale price. Let's go to our evidence. All right, so this is 63765. So the evidence does not include the sale price of this parcel because we didn't know from the media evidence. 2020 value was 169,420. Still 169,420. First, so we've got some land sales on 35 North and 309 West Market Street.
Why are we calling this detail?
Because they didn't include the sale price, and just in case, because we can't assert what the sale price is.
I thought the contract was in there.
It's not in this one.
Okay.
So the 827 North Commercial Street and 6855 Highway 35 North. On this one, is the median value for the subject at 266,808. Like my guess of 240 plus was around target. All right, next page, our equity grid, and it is what it is because it's just on this land table for 35 South. It's in, the neighborhood's not as important for this one because it's frontage. So the region is commercial frontage. But our equity value is exactly that, which is on the land table. Do you have anything else in here?
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, all the contract stuff was in their submission. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it's just,
Right, but it didn't have the blocks broken out separately.
967.
but it's the exact same family as
Oh, yeah.
on the other two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion on case 2021-2017, account number 63765. When considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value and Q2 appraisal ratio exceeds the median level of appraisal. For equity value, that we maintain the 2021 appraised value of $169,420.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good news, this next one is the last one. Okay, it's case 1990.
You sure you wouldn't lie to us?
Speak to the hand.
I thought you were gonna do a hard copy.
No. We're recording you.
What was the number again?
1990, and it's on the 830 docket.
Okay.
Bottom of page
Page three.
3.
Oh, page 3. Another blue here. Under value.
What's that?
Yes.
Opening a hearing on case 1990, account 25220.
Okay, this is Family Irrevocable Trust. and Riverside Drive, San Antonio, Texas, 78231, 68 Blue Heron. Keel Lake Road, Unit 5, Block 20, Lot 14. It's a protested market value and values unequal compared to the properties. Evidence in one packet. Statement of facts or argument says we're requesting a value of $519,750, which is $75 a square foot. This is based on 3 comparable properties similarly situated like the subject. Waterfront property with larger effective frontage. Asking value $519,750.
Sorry.
I do not intend to appear at the hearing in person, signed and notarized, Marion County by Van Thomas. Equity comp map shows other properties on the end of Blue Heron there. Shows what their price per foot is. And it shows the others have more effective frontage. Interesting what those look like. And they're different price per square foot. Okay. So fundamentally what's being said is the go back to the map because this is going to be a real geographic argument. Is that this thing should be the same price per foot as these? Right. That's the argument. What else is in there? There's more.
Just have to look at that. Look at that land.
Keep going all the way to the bottom. All right, cool. All right, let's go to ours. What do we got? All right, this was purchased in 2011 for $560,000. Land table increase in 2019 had an ARB decision, so the value year-over-year changes because of a couple different things. So it's $623,700. So it's appreciated in the time the current owner has held. There it is. Keep going. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. This is 64 Blue Heron. So this is a residential sale. You got to take the building off. So the contributory value of the land under this sale of 1.5 million, you take the building off, you're left with 630. That's the land in the location. So abstracting the land out, that's what you end up with. 26 Blue Heron is a land sale, 2020, 510. I don't know where 26 is, further down the road.
You want to see it?
Nah, it's all right. 7 Kingfisher is a land sale, 385. So, this is what I'm talking about. When you're doing ones where it shows an improvement, it's not going to show land adjustments. It's just how it is. But they bought this much, let's see, basically the same size, 6,900, 6,700 square feet. They bought it for 385 on Kingfisher. So, going. And the subject sold was purchased for 500 plus a few years back. And the equity grid shows our numbers exactly. It says subject and all comps are $90 a square foot. So we have 68, 61, and 66 Blue Heron, and 56 Blue Heron. All the land is $90 a square foot. That's what the note says. Going, it's Keel Lake Road sales ratio report, right, 99.4, and that's it. Now we've got some overlap with, look at their comps. What did they use for equity comps? Let's go to the map. Should have street addresses on it, I think. There you go. Oh, it's got our PIDs on it. It's like, cool.
252151617. You want to see them?
Go to our evidence packet real quick. I want to know what our equity comps were. There you go. 25218, 25221.
None of them.
Go back to the map. Okay. So we've got this one, and that one.
Oh, this one we're talking about.
This is the one we're talking about.
That is a property, priceless.
I know.
And I happen to know how much it's been offered for it in the past, I'm not gonna say, but.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like.
It's the location. And that's what I'm saying, you
It's
know,
an incredible piece of property.
we've looked at other properties at the end of these kind of things, and you get all this market activity back here, and every once in a while you get something moving here, and the numbers are almost unrelated to what's going on behind it. Further up in like unit 2 or 3, somebody bought one of these lots and they cleared $1 million for it. For a lot situated like this on the inferior street.
Not really.
What's that?
Not really. That was on the end of.
Well, I mean, this is just,
Same place.
it's more like, this is facing this, for whatever reason, people very much value this part right here. This bottom part facing the beach part. You know, I agree, Little Bay, I'd rather look at Little Bay than the beach. It's a matter of opinion, but it was like this thing.
And that gets beat up in there. In circle. We'll beat up.
So none of their equity comps,
Here.
Yes, sir.
we're just rolling.
Right, they're saying they want the land value right here. And this property is getting an increased value because it's facing the beach. Yeah, it's situation. You know, these properties are gonna track with each other better than they track with what's behind it. And these properties are gonna track with each other better than they track with what's behind it. That's why they're different. So the appropriate adjustment would be to put them on the land table with their neighbors, which they are, to $90 a foot.
See any reason to change it. So I move on case 2021-1990, account number 25220, when considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value or Q2 appraisal ratio exceeds the median level of appraisal, equity value, that we keep the 2021 assessed value of $623,700.
Favor? Aye.
We don't have any letters to be read, so I believe we are done for the day. If we want a motion to adjourn.
Well, you can't adjourn until we talk about the other.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
In regard to Friday, as you know, earlier in the week, we got some news that we had another agent day scheduled for Friday. And it was, there were a lot of accounts that we wanted to, or at least the district, and I assume that the ARB wanted to hear. So that was removed from our schedule. We've been trying to fill that morning, and in the vein of not under promising or over promising, we'll just say that we're only through the 8:30 docket right now, so it's going to be a very less point. It's going to be a very short day.
What about Saturday?
Saturday's still the way it was. It's still no. Saturday's a pretty full day.
No, that's not an agent on Saturday.
Half of it's an agent, half of them are regular people.
Okay.
Roughly. So Friday's going to be a shorter day than normal right now. We're still trying to fill it because we just need to hear cases.
Tomorrow, do we have agents tomorrow?
I don't know.
We have an attorney in the morning, and then we have Paladin in the afternoon. So, yes, it's more or less agents, but two different ones.
One was the same one for today.
Right, it will be what we consider the commercial accounts.
We might not-
It was scheduled separately.
Oh,
It's not like an overflow or
Oh.
anything.
And it's in person or?
We don't know.
In that regard, I just got notified this noon that Frank Brownie died. And his celebration of life at 10 a.m. Friday. So why would you go on Friday morning?
Okay.
I don't know if anything wild.
Who?
Wild.
We just talked about it.
I'm here Friday, so I'll fill that for you.
Okay. All right, just wanted you to know.
Right, yeah, I just asked you that.
If it runs to the afternoon, I'll come in.
Okay.
So I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.